Greetings Virgo, namaste, a very warm welcome to you all. Guys, this is your April reading with me. April is the month where we're celebrating Easter this year. It's a religious festivity that alters depending on the cycles of the moon. So the moon might be quite relevant in April and how it delivers messages to you. We often find a great connection to spiritual activities when religious festivities are around the earth, not just Easter, but all different religious festivities. It's a time of heightened awareness, light and love, which is always a nice vibration to have. So Virgo, we are using 4 of these cards, then another 2 different decks as well. So let's see what's in store for you guys for April 2018. The 4 of Swords, the Death, the King of Swords and the 9 of Cups. The second deck we are using is the John Holland Tarot. Before I started your reading, I did some connective psychic work for you. You got the number 7, the red base chakra, the words possessions, belongings, finances, assets, treasures, psychic. So some of you might even be thinking of seeing a psychic or going to a psychic. There might have been those messages involved as well. So Virgo, this is your second set of cards that we are drawing. Let's see what's in store for you guys. Memories of love. The base chakra, which we did mention. Destruction, which is number 16, which is the Tower card. And the Balance card. 2 major arcanas in the row there, well 3 in essence, and also this one up here, the Death card. It feels as though for some of you guys there could be quite a lot of change coming for you. This may be at the very personal level, so it might be something that other people don't notice, but there is a possibility that it could be more widespread. Let's see what these other cards have to say. What are they adding to the story? This is for Virgo for April. Mary Magdalene, Teacher awakens. Radha, Soul Flame. Hilarion, Divine Healing. And the Miriam, Sacred Vision. We've got some beautiful colour coding going on in your reading here, Virgo. So we are working basically from the columns. We will start on the left one over here. The cards are very mutable this month, they're very free-flowing, so they can be picked up at any point or for any particular message. Now, the camera lens can't pick up all 3 rows because it's quite a deep area, so I'll just play around with the camera a little bit during the reading. Sometimes you'll be focused on these cards down here and other times at the top lot. So starting your reading now, with the 4 of Swords up here, then the 6 of Cups and Mary Magdalene. And Mary Magdalene says, Teacher awakens. You have something important to share, follow the inner call and don't let anything stop you. The 4 of Swords up at the top here often portends to suggesting to take some time out, to go on a retreat, to meditate, to contemplate. It can be very much about feeling as though you might be a little bit overwhelmed with some things in your life. And given that that's the first card of the reading, it could be sort of pushing that message through the month. You might have quite a few things on your mind about potential changes you are contemplating. Now the 4 of Swords can also sometimes mean a small operation for some people. I've often noted that to be the case. It could be an already pre-planned operation, or it could be something like you sprain your ankle or you break a bone and you end up in plaster, something like that. Also the 4 of Swords can actually indicate that we might go away with someone for an intimate weekend, and it can be a very special bonding between 2 people at a sexual level. There can also be a degree of fertility in this card. So given that we have the 6 of Cups underneath us, which is memories of love, and that feeling of going back into childhood, this can be talking about children or babies, so that could be the feeling of conception, or it could be that some of you are going back to old childhood haunts where you find great memories and enjoyment and peacefulness and that heart connection. Some of you could visit family that you haven't seen for a long time, or go back to a place that you grew up in or holidayed in when you were very young. Some of you could also be reconnecting with a previous lover, and this could be this special time that you're actually spending together. You may get together at a very intimate level, so this could be past lovers coming back into your life that you might be recoupling with. And then Mary Magdalene down here with the Teacher Awakens that I've already read, and it says you have something important to share. Follow the inner call and don't let anything stop you. That sounds very much as if you are possibly able to help someone through a situation because of something that you have learned. So perhaps when you go back or experience possible memories, or going to see people that you haven't seen for a long time, or family catch-ups, or a wedding, or something along those lines, there is a possibility that you have the ability to help someone through a situation that they don't know how to deal with. The teacher card could even be far more broad-reaching than that. It could be about the fact that you are enabling yourself to become a teacher to many people for many years. You could be even thinking of uplifting the career of becoming a teacher as well, and you might be doing this because of fond memories of childhood or a connection with children. So there's a lot of different meanings in this row alone. The cards seem very independent of each other, but there still has to be a story strung together to connect them. Now, for each and every one of you, the story will be different, and it will resonate at a different level. These are general readings only, so obviously if you wanted a private reading, you would have to connect with me and we could work through that further. It's a really interesting passageway, this very beginning column for the month of April. We come to your second column and we see the Death card, then the Base Chakra, then Radha, Soul Flame. It says, rediscover a lost part of yourself, experience relationship, harmony and healing. Now, Radha is also obviously very connecting with this memories of love, you know, this rediscover a lost part of yourself. So there's something about possibly going back in time, about you having fond memories of your childhood, or wanting to explore something that needed to be addressed from a childhood issue. Perhaps there was something that you have parked up and you needed to connect with it again to move through either barriers or pain or hurt or loss. Some of you may have lost people when you were a child that were very dear to you, and this is a time when I just said earlier that we can connect with the spiritual realm. So there could be for some of you people from the spirit, which could be like grandparents or even siblings or parents, who are here on the other side right now just wanting to get your attention, to really feel close to you and let you know that they love you and they are with you and help to try and guide you sometimes. Now, some of the ways spiritual guides can come about are synchronistic messages or dreams. You can connect with them in dreams, but another way are feathers. So, you know, you might come across feathers in a day or somewhere down the track. Now, recently my dear dog, my very elderly dog, passed away, and she was 18, so she was a grand age. But the day she passed away, a white feather appeared in her bedding, and ever since then I've been coming across feathers of quite often beautiful different colours, and there's a mixture of them here. But just yesterday I came across two white feathers that blew into my office here. One of them blew into my office, and I thought, oh my gosh, that's my dear dog reconnecting. She's still around. And then I was out walking my other dog with my son, and a white feather was in it, just appeared in the pathway, and even he said, oh Mum, Katie's around, which was my dog's name. So those are ways that spirit world can connect with us, and take a look around you and be interactive and see what messages you are picking up, because I get the feeling for a lot of you there's this whole connection to your past life that's coming up for you that either has a healing or has a really beautiful resonant energy with it. So I'll just pop all the feathers back over here on the crystals where they're all being energized. If you find feathers that you want to keep, you can do so, and you can just place them on crystals or things like that, or put them back in the garden, because they have come from birds. They're part of a bird, and birds are such a special gift to us all. They're just beautiful, you know, they sing and they light up our skies, and they're sort of fairly loving creatures on the most part. So coming back to this whole, we haven't really got into this yet, so the death card, the base chakra, and Radha. I've talked a little bit about Radha with the rediscovering a part of yourself, the spiritual essence. The death card is all about new beginnings. So for a lot of you, this is a month of something going on, because we have the Tower card here as well, and the balance, and the base chakra. So some of you could be literally flipping a coin. You might have made a decision months ago and it's coming to fruition now. You could have decided to sell your house and move. You may have decided to leave a career and go on a totally different new career option. You may have decided to uplift a brand new hobby that's changing your life altogether. You may be coming out of a health cycle that has been negative and moving into a positive phase. There's a possibility that you are leaving behind relationships, and this could be impactful of very close relationships, such as a marriage partner or a parent of your children, you know, like a father or mother of your children, or siblings. You might be leaving home and branching out on your own for the first time. It's a massive bunch of stuff going on in here, not negatively, in a positive way for you, for personal growth. The base chakra, which was one of the words that had come up for you, and it was about possessions and belongings and finances and assets and treasures. The base chakra talks to us about all of those things, and it could be that some of those need to be balanced in your life, because we have the Tower card and then we have the balance card over here. So you may require shuffling your cards a bit in life. Perhaps you need more money to uplift your mortgage or to keep it steady, or perhaps you're wanting to buy a bigger house and you need a bigger loan, or perhaps your whole finances are stuck. You may be looking for a job and not having any luck, or you want a higher paying job. There's a whole bunch of things, and I kind of said it in the first column and I'm saying it again. It's got so many meanings in it, this reading for you guys, but I can't go into every personal sector or we'd be here forever. So just think about the area of your body in your base at the bottom of your spine. That's the base chakra area. It can be unbalanced, so it may need unblocking. Red foods, exercise around that area, strengthening it, letting go of fear or worry about these decisions that you are making or events that are occurring in your life, because the base chakra is where we have the fear and flight synopsis that occur. It's also about grounding and feeling very grounded in life and reconnecting at the earth level. So spending time outdoors and being calm and moving things at a slower pace if things are going too fast for you and you're feeling fearful. But there's no doubt that you are on this journey of discovery to find other parts of yourself that have been, as I said, put away in a box, that you're wanting to reconnect with or reignite or reinstigate or look at. Let's have a look here. Speaking of looking at, try and move some others into focus. I think the Death card is a wonderful time of transition and new opportunities in many, many sectors of life. So you're going to have to ponder upon which one it is that is calling to you most, and you know, the significance of it for you personally. We come to this third column here and we have the King of Swords at the top, then Disruption, which is the Tower card, and the Hilarion, Divine Healing. Honour your sensitivity, retreat to recharge and heal. Your light can support others. So you've got a lot of stuff going on in here about rebalancing and rehealing. He's sitting directly under this card, the Disruption, which is the Tower. Now the Tower tells us literally that something does need to be rebalanced in our life and possibly needs rehealing. It can turn up in cases where we have issues at work. You could have things like bosses disappearing or co-workers, or there could be arguments, fraction or friction. It can be quite a volatile time, and it can be a time of immediate change and disruption. Sometimes it is painful, and other times you can see into the distance that it will be much, much better. This King of Swords at the top could be playing a role in it. He could be the boss or a co-worker or someone else in your life. It doesn't have to be just work. So this could be referring to personal relationships, and he could be part of this occurrence that could be happening. For some of you, he could be a father figure or a partner or a employer or employee. It often tells us that the relationship we've been in, perhaps with this person or people like him, needed to be rebalanced. It wasn't set on a good foundation. It does often indicate that there can be arguments, literal arguments. You might have a face-to-face off with someone around this type of energy, and it can be an air sign person or an air sign rising. When this happens, you can often see a falling of the wayside. There can be a complete parting. So it can be the instigation of things like a divorce or separation, or a handing in of your notice at a job, things along those lines. It does mean always that it is going to become more balanced, that this needed to be mucked about, it needed to be destabilized and unsettled, to be chucked out. It doesn't suit the situation anymore, and it's not working for your favour. It can cause anxiety because we can become a bit panicked about it. So it can create a bit of fear in our base chakra energy, and it can stall us there. So it's important to go within and call upon this beautiful, green, gentle, healing energy. Nurture yourself if you have any stress or if you have any negative people around you. Go in and nurture and do whatever it is that it takes you to feel safe and secure and happy and warm. You know, change in life is inevitable. Change is always growth, and change in the end is positive because we learn from it and we grow from it. So if we come to your last line over here, and we have the 9 of Cups, then we have the 11, which is the Balance card, which is the Justice card, and then we have the Miriam down here, and that is Sacred Vision. So we'll just come back into a little bit more balance down the bottom again. And it says, choose to forgive in order to heal. See the light in all, and remember that love has no boundaries. I mean, it was really poignant at the beginning to say that these cards are very mutable and they will flow through all different messages within the month. So your last card, which I think is very, very powerful, about choosing to forgive. When you choose to forgive someone, it doesn't mean that you accept their behaviour, but it just means that you literally say, okay, whatever, it is what it is, you're what you are, it can't be changed, so it's not affecting me anymore, I'm moving on. I will read to you the words of the Miriam because they're rather lovely. In fact, I was sort of hoping that for this whole month, since it's a religious festivities for Easter, which is predominantly the festivities around Christianity and Christ, I was hoping that the Christ card would come out. But I will read to you the Miriam anyhow. It says, the Miriam, which means the beloved, are twin flame angels who come as one. They are mirror images of each other. They are the angels who appeared to Mary Magdalene in the tomb of Jesus after his passing. These angels spoke directly to Mary and helped her move beyond her grief so that she was able to commune with Jesus once more. They can help us move beyond the cloud of grief too. They heal grievances of all kinds, including ones that have been created by religion or the idea that God does not love or accept us because of a mistake we once made. The Miriam help us to remember that we don't need to ask God for forgiveness because he never condemned us in the first place, which is very powerful. And I think religion over the years has made such a tyranny into this whole, you are going to go to hell because you've done something wrong. And a lot of people suffer great grief and persecution from that particular perspective of religion. But here is the extended message from the Miriam. It says there is a real opportunity for you to move beyond grief or grievance at this time. The Miriam are here swirling their holy light all around you so that you can regain a sense of union with Spirit. You are loved beyond words. Choose to see the light of God in everyone and everything and to love without boundaries. Honour others and honour yourself with your sacred vision. You are in a space of deep healing and forgiveness. Choosing to see the light of the world will help you grow even more. So we see this line here in particular is all about this distribution of balance and calm and wonder and happiness and light and love and peace and satisfaction and wishes obtained. This is known as the wish card, the Nine of Cups. It's as if something is being delivered to you from a very far away about saying your graces and your attitude and your efforts and your desires and your passion for what you want are being delivered to you, even though that may require all of this change that was coming. And the Miriam even talk about regaining parts of you that may have been ostracized or left out of place or boxed up somewhere else. And we got that so much with the Mary Magdalene over here, the memories of love and the Radha and even the healing. So the cards are just so much flowing through this whole reading. It's a beautiful reading for you guys. It's very deep and it's very personal, and I think it lends itself to much enlightenment and much activation and much lifting of energies for a lot of you to take you to places at a very deep personal level. As I said earlier, other people may not notice the change or may not notice how you feel, but there's something really big going on and you're being kind of rewarded for an overall time. It's a journey of time here that's been involved. It's been many years or months or lives even, past lives. So yeah, it's a healing and it's lovely and it's coming right from inside to be with you. The balance card is again about karmic destiny, so definitely past life issues. So if you've had relationships with people in your life who have gone asunder and just not really worked out, it's probably because they had to come in for this past life issue to resolve or to work through or go through the issues that you've had. They're all about learning and growing and moving on. So there's a whole lot of stuff being tied up and packaged and being finished off here for you, which is a wonderful, it's just, an amazing opportunity. This can also be in the physical plane of now. This can be when you might have to go to court for various things. This could be custody cases, it could be family cases, divorce proceedings, it can be businesses that are tying up, or it could be if you've been in trouble with the law and you've got any outstanding issues that you have to attend. Some of you might even be jurors on a jury case. You might be in the legal world. It generally bodes well, it bodes in favour. It's a karmic cycle saying everything comes around and it is eventually finalised, just like the death card, just like the disruption card. We can talk about this at the bodily function level, and we can say that it does ignite you to look at your physical health and to bring balance into that, to make sure that you have a good diet, plenty of sleep and exercise, and also that you are hydrating your body with water. So again, as I say, many messages in here. I could go on for far too long. I think we should probably stop there, and I think many of you will be able to just ponder upon the different cards that you see throughout the reading, the different messages that you are personally picking up with each one, and move from there and sort of see how the month goes. But it's a powerful one, and I think, Virgo, you've done really well out of it. So thanks very much for joining me, everyone. I really appreciate that you sub the channel and that you like, and when you leave your comments, I love reading them and I get back to you all when I can. So have a wonderful, enlightening, powerful month of April, and may you find much divine healing and sacred vision, and some of you may even have a soul flame relationship come into your life, and you are certainly going to learn many lessons and be able to teach people much as well. Much love everyone. Namaste.